Good morning. Welcome to a morning edition of Mornings with Stanley, a Wednesday morning edition. I just got back from our early morning prayer group. We got out a little early. There were only 3 of us that were there today. 2 contacted me yesterday and said they couldn't be there. But it was too late for me to contact the person who was getting the food. So there's plenty of food. It was about 10 o'clock when I looked at my watch. Went after the guy. I thought, I'm not sure I'd call him at 10. I don't like getting phone calls that late at night. And I asked him today what time he went to bed. He said about 8:30. And I said, oh, I'm really glad I didn't call you at 10 o'clock. No, I could have called him this morning, but I didn't want to wake up his wife. So anyway, there was some extra food there today. So I probably shouldn't do this, but my dogs are very affectionate, Stanley especially, because I gave them each a breakfast burrito. I hope it doesn't affect them in a bad way. It's a Brahms. It's not a real, just eggs and a little bit of tomato and a little bit of sausage. Maybe some onions. Anyway, that's why I have a dog door. I can go out and do there. If it messes them up, hopefully it won't mess them up. I don't feed them people food hardly ever. But last week, I went and got the breakfast. It was my week. And I came home with the extra burrito. And I split it, one of them, and split it in 2 and gave it to them, and they really liked it. So I gave them each a whole burrito today, which means they're not going to get much dinner tonight. And I don't have to feed them this morning. I used to go to the prayer group and just stay at work, but I think I'm just going to come back, and because the dogs aren't ready to eat when I get up. And most Wednesdays I'm not going to have food to bring back anyway. But so I'll come back and feed them and maybe do my little video, because anyway, I did take Lucy to the vet yesterday. She is down 13 pounds from when we started her weight loss journey. She's probably up a pound since I gave her a breakfast burrito today. But I was a little worried about her last night because we went for a walk. We did our normal 20-minute walk. I know Stanley would like to do a longer one. We went a little later. I don't want to go too late because Stanley's being a black dog, you can't see him at night. So we left about 7:30 to go on the walk, and sundown was actually about 7:40 because sundown was. I asked Alexa last night, and she said it's 7:59. So we went for a walk, and then we got back, and Lucy just laid down right inside the gate. And she never came in the house. I went and came in and I did my rowing, and then I took a shower, and then I came back and took my nightly medications and got she takes a pill every night, and so I got her pill ready, and she was still outside, just still laying down right by the gate. So I thought, well, maybe sometimes she gets up and wanders around the yard and goes out in the grass, and she wouldn't get up until she saw that I had something to feed her. So I'm not sure. She has seizures, so I was a little worried that she might have had a seizure yesterday. It was she doesn't have them very often, at least that I've witnessed anyway. But she's been through a lot last 2 days. She got shaved, and then yesterday she had the vet visit and got her Pro Heart injection, which is to keep her from getting heartworms, and she got her rabies and her other vaccinations yesterday. So I think she got 3 shots, and she got a blood test. I'm the one that should have been laying down on the ground. That cost me a lot of money. So I thought I was doing pretty good financially this month, and then I went and took my dog to the vet. But the vet said that she seems to be in good health. She's 12 and a half years old. She's about the age was when I had to put him down, and she's doing a lot better than Opie was. Opie could hardly see anymore. He couldn't walk on this floor that's kind of slick. Lucy still has problems. She has some problems standing up, when she's especially on the slick floor. But she's able to walk a lot longer than Opie was able to. So I have a feeling Lucy's going to be with us for a while. That's a good thing. And Stanley, he's going to be with us a while too, aren't you, mister? Yes. You're a good old boy. He's a good puppy. And now I'm going to put him outside. Okay, outside, outside. Good boy. Our reading today comes from Psalm 40, verses 1 through 3. I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me and heard my cry. He drew me up from the desolate pit, out of the miry bog, and set my feet upon a rock, making my steps secure. He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to our God. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. And now our reading from Christian Maturity. Next week in our prayer group, we're going to start reading 1 John. And 1 John, of course, is a book upon which Jones based this book, Christian Maturity. So it'll be good to see if I remember anything, have anything to say in our prayer group. This is Wednesday of week 50. Doesn't ask about origins, only destinations. This open to all possibility regarding maturity is the most breathtaking and nerve-tingling fact about Christianity. It doesn't ask anything about origins, only destinations. Where do you want to go? And it provides for both the gradual and sudden maturing of character. The sudden maturing of character can take place because the person is suddenly adjusted to the most mature fact of the universe, Christ. Jim Berwick, a railway brakeman, drunk as he brought his freight train into Chicago, was converted in the Pacific Garden Mission. He said, I've never had a desire for drink from that day. And then I took out my plug of tobacco and placed it before God and said, Oh God, if you have taken away my desire for liquor, will you take away the desire for tobacco? He did. From that day, I've never wanted it. 17 years later, he was carrying around that plug of tobacco, now hard as a rock, as a symbol of change. He walked out of a world degradation of desire, of drink, into a world of mastery, of ministering, of maturity. And he did it suddenly by grace. Here was a down and out, and here was an up and out, a young minister, discouraged and beaten and empty. He saw the signboard of a great church where a great minister ministered. Jesus Christ is in the church. Anything can happen here. He went inside, knelt, and surrendered to this living Christ who is in that church. And something did happen there. He went out with defeat and discouragement and emptiness gone. He became the pastor of a great church. He was just as suddenly made mature as that brakeman, mature in attitude and goal, direction, and resources. And these two illustrations are too low or too high. Then here is one halfway between. A woman was about to leave the ashram as hopelessly upset and neurotic. She surrendered herself and her nerves to Christ, is adjusted and happy, and is joyously giving her life to Christ. She is giving her life to mentally challenged children. No wonder Paul said, we all. It was just that. Oh my Lord, our prayer for today. Oh my Lord, I thank you that there are no impossibilities with you. Wherever human nature opens its depths to your healing grace, there the miracle of change takes place. Then help me to open everything, literally everything, to your healing. Amen. And here's our affirmation for the day. My motto today, wherever Jesus Christ is, there anything can happen. And he is with me. I love that quote. Jesus is Lord.